Rolf, sports have been buzzing this past couple weeks, couple days. It's been great. Let's get some hot takes going.
All right.
Let's get some hot takes. Let's start off with with football. Who do you think right now is going to be QB2? We obviously know Mahomes is QB1, 3 championships in his 5 seasons.
I'm going to start off with last season. I think last season, QB2, I'm going to say Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, okay.
I think Josh Allen was QB2. That guy carried the Buffalo Bills all the way.
On his back, dude.
On his back, on his shoulders, but I think this coming year, I have my hopes for. I don't think Josh Allen is going to be QB2. I think he's going to have a really rough season now that there's been some changes.
Yeah.
Right? I could honestly see QB2 going back to Burrow.
Joe Burrow, I agree with you. I couldn't agree more with you, bro.
I could see that position going back to Joe Burrow. Just because he is capable of beating Mahomes. Mm-hmm. He knows his style. He knows how to beat him.
He's 3-1 against Mahomes.
He's 3-1. But I just think a lot of these other guys who are in the conversation, like Josh Allen or even like Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, yep.
Lamar Jackson. Like, I don't think they're gonna have a better year than they did last year.
Yeah, because we talked about it last week, right? We were saying Lamar Jackson was MVP, yeah, but I feel like this is it, right? He everything was built for him. This team was built literally for him, right? And he choked in the playoffs. What is there more to give him? You know, he's got receivers, he's got tight ends, he's got a running back. He's a running back for the most of the game, you know. So it's all those puzzles. The puzzle was there. The puzzle pieces were all there, right? But he didn't finish on top.
Yeah, and I think like another thing, like like you said, this team was built around him. That was his year. Mm-hmm. That was his year.
Yep.
You know, for sure he got MVP. He was set to go all the way on top, maybe win it even all.
Yeah.
But he could not deliver.
He just couldn't deliver.
He could not deliver. I don't blame him. There's a lot of QBs, great QBs, who just can't do it in those crucial times. Mm-hmm. But everything was so perfect for him. Everything was so perfect.
Literally.
And so for that reason, I don't see what kind of adjustments are there to be made.
Yeah.
Outside of him just working on him.
Right.
You know, just him being a better quarterback. I think Josh Allen is there. I think Josh Allen is still in the conversation. You know, he doesn't. I'm not sure what he's gonna do without the tools.
Yeah, he's gonna go through some growing pains this year a lot.
Unfortunately,
it's gonna be a hard one for the Bills. They don't have a superstar wide receiver right now. You know, that's super crucial for him. Who he likes to throw deep balls and stuff, but he does carry this team on his back and with his rushing.
So I have a question. So we're talking about QB2. I say it's Joe Burrow this coming year. I think he's gonna deliver. Where do you see Brock Purdy in it? Do you think he will ever be in that conversation? I know he's a newer guy, but can it be like a Mahomes and Purdy era, or is it?
I guess it sort of depends, because it's just that whole talk again about the team carries Brock Purdy versus Brock Purdy carries this team. You know, in the playoffs, we saw Brock Purdy at a whole different level, right? We saw him play like a quarterback who's trying to take over this game, not a system quarterback. So I don't know if Brock Purdy's there just yet, only because he has these very, very good weapons, and he's gonna keep getting that judgment. Now he's good, but I don't know if he's great yet. I don't think he's top caliber Patrick Mahomes level yet, as a quarterback. So I can see him being a top 6, top 7 for sure. Like, no doubt, I agree with that. But top 3, I don't even think top 3. You know, top 3 for us right now, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and then that third person's going to be flipping. You know who I'm lacking for top 3, top 4? CJ Stroud.
Oh my God! You know what?
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. The Texans, I think, have had the fastest rebuild that I've ever seen. Yep. I think CJ Stroud is just creeping up on the list. He's going to be there one day.
One day, yep.
I just don't know who these guys' rivals are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I see Mahomes' rival as Joe Burrow. To me, I see them as the Ronaldo and the Messi.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, for me, though. But I don't know who their competitors are.
Yeah, they're still young. They're still coming up. They're growing up. You know, you're going to have that one team that, let's say, for example, CJ Stroud always loses to Lamar Jackson, let's just say, or whatever, right? that then whoever that quarterback just keeps beating him, that's going to be the rivalry until that one time that finally they met in the playoffs twice, 3 times, and that's the rivalry.
But here's the thing. Here's what going back to Brock Purdy, I think he has the capabilities of being up. He's going to go up there. Right now, I think he's like 6'7". What I saw in him during the Lions game is bright. Bro, that he was losing. I think if you were one of those conspiracy guys where it's like the Lions were meant to win, this guy delivered at the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
I was like, what are they allowing San Francisco to do right now?
Right.
What are they doing? They could have won that game.
That game was the Lions. It was a Lions game.
It was a Lions game, and I honestly think Purdy himself flipped it around. Obviously, he had help with his teams, but I think he took
control. Yep,
he took control. I've never seen him like that in any game in the regular season. That was one game that really stuck out that I'm like, okay, he's obviously more than just systems quarterback. Yep. I think he can be a top one.
Yeah, he has potential to be great and be a top one, because he was good at Iowa State, right? He was a dog.
Right.
He led that team to some wins. And he came in as Mr. Relevant, but not relevant anymore. Like he turned that around, and one day he's gonna be a top 3 quarterback. Yeah, he'll be up there with Mahomes and Burrow and Josh Allen. Like, he'll be up there, and it's gonna be a tough debate. So really, I think with that,
I do.
I left my flash on. The fuck? So going off of that, so we're thinking Joe Burrow is quarterback 2 this year.
I think he is. I mean, if everything goes well, I think he could be QB2.
You know who I want to see be a top 5 this year? So we got Patrick Mahomes, we got Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. I'm saying 4th, CJ Stroud, and number 5, who I want to see shine, Justin Herbert. I want to see him. I want to see him have a season this year and just go off with the Chargers. I know they're in the rebuild. It's going to be tough with a new quarterback, new team, new coach. But I want to see him be a top 5 quarterback. Like I think he was the last couple of years, bro. He's just been a dog, an absolute dog.
Dude, I root for Justin Herbert. I think my list goes right now: Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Jackson. It's CJ Stroud.
And he's new, bro.
He's top 5. He's gonna go boom, 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 boom. He's gonna go up.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go
up. He's gonna win at least a ring for sure in the next 5-6 years. That team is looking good. They're so young. They're gonna stay healthy. Yeah, it's over. That team is over.
Now, speaking of new guys, obviously we had a whole new set of quarterbacks coming into this season. Obviously, I don't know how they're gonna do with the veterans in there. But which quarterback of the ones that were drafted do you think has the brightest future? I'm going to tell you my pick. I think Drake May.
Okay, I love that pick.
I think Drake May is going to be the new face of the Patriots. Obviously, he's great on paper, and I know he's not thrown into the best situation right now, but I still feel like he's going to be one of the top rookies top rookie QBs.
Yeah, no, I agree with you too. I like that pick. I was gonna mess around and be like, I think Caleb was gonna be a bust, just to be funny as hell. No, I do agree with that pick. I say he does look really good on paper. He was amazing at UNC. But you're right. He's coming into a situation that's kind of tough. Patriots are in a full rebuild. They had a horrible season last year, but. You're right. I think he's the guy. I think he's gonna have a good. Maybe not next season. Have that good. That's gonna be with years, with time.
So out of Drake May, McCarthy, Jane Daniels, Bo Nix, who do you think is?
I think I'm gonna go with Jaden Daniels. I think he's gonna come in to have the best of them.
I think he might be a bust.
You think he's gonna be a bust? He could be a bust. I think he's the guy. Yeah, I'm a huge LSU fan, right? So I watched him all season, and he's good, bro. He's got talent. My biggest thing is just the whole frame size with him. He's a little smaller guy. That's my only scare with him. But I feel like he's gonna have the better growing rate than these other guys.
Really?
For the first season, at least for the first season.
In the Commanders.
Yeah, in the Commanders.
Really?
Yeah, because that's what they have a good team. Not terrible, not obviously amazing, right? But they have a good team. They have the right tools to not necessarily go to the playoffs, but to at least have a good record for what they've had.
Oh my god!
So now they're bringing in an athletic QB into this team who can throw the ball deep, who can rush. It's great in the pocket. I think he's gonna do. I think he's gonna go off this year for being a rookie again. Nothing crazy, but for being a rookie.
Yeah, for being a rookie, right?
You know?
Wow, I have that for Drake May.
Yeah.
I kind of want now. I'm kind of interested in seeing how Jaden Daniels is going to turn out.
Next year we'll have the same talk and we'll talk about it next
all right,
year.
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
I think right now the most, I think Bo Nix and McCarthy are kind of the ones where I'm like, okay, we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, we'd have to just wait and watch.
I think it's a waiting game with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I never thought McCarthy was like a top 5 pick or whatever. Sorry, a top quarterback pick. You know, I would assume some in the later rounds, 3rd or 4th round. Cool. He was on the national championship team, right? But that team again was all rushing, one of the best defenses. You know, so it was easy to win, basically. You know, so I'm curious to see what he does with the Vikings again in our division and then NFC North.
Yeah, he looks good in purple.
He looks good in purple. So
I think, let's see what's going on with that.
We'll see what's up with that. All right, but yeah, so that's what we're thinking for football. But I kind of want to switch it up a little bit. Let's talk into some soccer. If you're cool with that, if you guys are cool with that,
the real football
of Europe.
I'm just kidding.
So yeah, let's kind of like jump to some soccer, dude. Right now it's been kind of hot. We have the Champions League coming up.
Yeah.
This week though, we had the semifinals. That was Real Madrid against Bayern.
Yeah.
And PSG against Borussia Dortmund.
Yep.
Dortmund with the huge upset over PSG. Everyone had PSG winning this game. I'm happy that Dortmund won because I was rooting for Dortmund.
Me too.
You know, I never thought PSG I haven't thought of PSG as being a super powerhouse this couple last seasons. They're good. Don't get me wrong, they're a top team for sure. But I don't think they have what it takes to win the Champions League.
Same thing.
Right?
I mean, again, they've always been a very capable team, but they're just not that. They're not a powerhouse.
Yeah, they're not a powerhouse. There's missing pieces.
But
Dortmund is solid. They're solid, bro.
They really
are a
are.
solid team. They have great players. Sancho has been going off on this team since he's been traded to them or back to them. But we got Real Madrid against Bayern, right?
What a game.
What a freaking
what a game.
2 legs, bro. This was it was 1-0 right away, boom, 1-1. Then Bayern takes over 2-1, and then we get a last minute goal 2-2. Right? Okay, that was the first leg. Second leg, first half goes 0-0. Then we get to the 70th, somewhere in the 70th minute, 1-0 Bayern. I'm crying. I'm upset, man.
I'm happy.
I'm like, I'm sure you're happy. I know you don't like my team. And then we get to the 88th minute, 1-1. I'm like, no way. Let's fucking go.
I know.
Let's go. 90 minute plus 1. Real Madrid scores 2-1, dude. Was I crying like a baby, bro? That shit was nuts.
I know.
You know, but did you see the whole thing with the offsides, bro? Like, what were your thoughts on this thing?
It's offsides.
You thought it was offsides?
100% offside.
You know, it was kind of a play that, like, I understand why it looked like it was offsides. I get it, right? You know, the ball to Rudiger and then to Jose Lu, but basically the ball was advanced ahead of Jose Lu, right? That's why it didn't count as offsides. You know, but it could have been 1-1 if that didn't count. Do you think Bayern could have took it if they went to extra time?
100%. Either team could have. I'm just being biased. I think it was a legitimate goal.
Yeah.
I do think though that Real Madrid's going to win this year.
They're the all-time champions of the Champions League, the best of the best in Europe. It's fucking awesome, dude.
I think they're going to win, and I think they're going to win by kind of a landslide.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a tight game because Borussia is no joke, bro. If they took over PSG like nothing.
I know, but PSG, like you said, there's missing pieces there. There's holes in the game. I think if anyone were to beat Real Madrid, it would have been Bayern.
That's true. That is very true. Because I think Bayern just beat Borussia Dortmund this year.
Yeah, I just feel like they're just a much stronger team, and they were Real Madrid's real test.
Yeah.
I think this one is obviously still going to be a test considering the circumstances, but I think it's not going to be a tight one like Bayern. Yeah. So I think Real Madrid takes it. Congratulations, I guess. You know,
let's get it. They had to go through Man City and then through Bayern, just to get to the final, dude.
I know. We could even talk about the path going there.
Yeah, it was a tough path. Like it was literally.
I had Man City as a better team. I had them as a better team.
Yep. So they had to go through 2 legs with them, and they actually beat them in penalties, which was amazing. And then, it was like a revenge for last year, right? They took us out last year in the semifinals. You know, I was upset, but Man City was just on fire last year. They were unstoppable. You couldn't beat them.
That's a great point.
You know, this year though, Madrid has been just the powerhouse of the year. They are literally the powerhouse of the year. They're first place in their league. I know you don't like the La Liga, but they're up there. They're winning that Champions League. I think it's theirs.
I think so too.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Dortmund wins. I wouldn't be surprised. the way this year has been with underdogs winning, or just different kind of teams winning, not just the top guys.
I agree with you, but I think Dortmund. I would like to see them win. I want to see an underdog story, but it's just too great for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I think it's too great. I think there's so much riding in for them, or riding on. Like, I don't see them giving up at the last second.
Yeah,
or not even, or just being shorthanded in the last second. How do you see, how do you see them losing?
Well, one thing, so if Dortmund keeps possession of this game, which they again took over possession against PSG, then that's what's gonna stop Madrid from scoring, right? I noticed in the first half, Bayern had control of this whole game, and Madrid wasn't doing anything, nothing at all. They weren't getting on goal. They weren't even crossing the ball into the box. Nothing. So I think if they do that, keep that ball, touch it how they know how to touch it, and use those opportunities where Real Madrid makes mistakes, which they make a lot of mistakes in the back. That's how Bayern scored the first goal. Mistake of pulling a defender instead of being on the guy. So that's the only way I can see them. If they got to take advantage of keeping possession, keeping that ball on their feet at all times. Because Madrid, counterattack, they're scoring 2-3 goals. They're fast. Vinny, Rodrigo, they're all fast, bro. They're fucking dogs. So they have to watch out for that counterattack. And I like how Terry, what's his name? Terry Henry, he goes, it's not luck, it's Real Madrid. Period, bro. That's the team, bro. That's the team that they're always gonna be a threat, bro. Powerhouse every single year.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they win again. They've been struggling the last couple years, not having the best squad. So this year, I think this squad is just unbeatable.
Yeah.
They're just so good, bro.
They really are. They really are. Real Madrid.
All right, jumping on to another topic that's been kind of trending this whole last couple of days. We recently had the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight, with Ryan Garcia coming out victorious. But there's this whole PED talk right now with him that he took some before the fight. Do you think he took steroids or not?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I mean, well, I think it's not enough for it to be an advantage for him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the test results are kind of skewed, and I don't think they tell us anything. Yeah. Really.
Okay.
As far as Ryan Garcia goes, that dude has gotten even more popular than he already has. Now he's thinking about, he's talking about fighting Errol Spence.
Oh shit! Really? Okay.
At 154, I don't think Errol Spence is.
That's heavy.
It is. I don't think he's gonna go for it though. I don't think Errol Spence is interested in fighting Ryan Garcia right now. I think Errol Spence has different plans. But even if they were to fight, boxing is one of those sports where judgment goes by each fight. One fight you could do amazing, one fight you could do pretty bad. So I'd have to see how Errol Spence does in this next fight. He's not fighting Ryan Garcia next. Depending on how he performs, then we'll see if he could stand a chance against Ryan. Although I do think he can. Ryan Garcia is, I don't know. Even though he beat Devin Haney, I still feel like there's a lot of iffiness about his fighting style. Okay,
yeah, because I don't know too much about boxing, so I can't really vouch for anything. But I know you watch a little more than I do.
Oh, so. I love boxing. Yeah. So, and then we got Ryan Garcia saying he's gonna go up to 147. There's a lot of competition there. But here's the thing: he's gonna get hit a lot harder at those weight classes. Yeah. I don't think he's faced a real puncher yet. I don't think he's faced a heavy hitter. Tank Davis doesn't count only because Ryan Garcia was basically malnourished. He was weight drained.
Yeah.
A gust of wind could have blown him down easily. Right. So I don't think he's faced someone heavy hitting yet in a weight class where he feels genuinely comfortable. He got knocked down by Luke Campbell. That was a surprise. He got right back up, but he can definitely get knocked down. Yeah. So we'll see how he does at 147, even 154 with those heavy hitters, or how he reacts to them. Yeah. I feel like we don't have an idea of how his chin is. Devin Haney isn't the most powerful puncher. He's more of a tactical guy. So we know that he could take Haney punches. We know that much. But we'll see. I think Ryan Garcia still puts up competition. I just don't know how strong it'll be.
Okay.
I don't know how strong.
All right. Cool.
And then we have some Tank Davis and Haney beef going on.
That's what you were talking about earlier. Yeah.
I've been a fan of Tank since for a couple years now. And I've always thought Tank was a really, really talented boxer. I think he's always been very, very capable. And then there's this argument that he hasn't fought anyone. He's got a terrible resume. I still believe in Tank, even though he's almost 30. He hasn't fought anybody crazy. I still believe in Tank Davis as a legitimate fighter. Can he beat Devin Haney? I think he can. Honestly.
Yeah. So do you think Devin Haney beating Devin Haney is what he needs on his resume? Or who do you think?
That's a great question.
Or who do you think he needs to beat to really be, up there?
I think he needs to beat. I think he needs to fight top competition. Shakur Stevenson is another option.
Okay.
Shakur Stevenson just got at 135. I'd love to see that. I think Frank Martin is a really good test for him.
Okay.
I was surprised that Tank Davis was going for Frank Martin. Maybe it's because there's this controversy with some leaked sparring videos of Tank and Frank, and how Tank and Frank, and how Tank outdid Frank in sparring. But we'll do Martin then. Yeah. F Martin, not F Martin. We'll do Martin. I think if Tank beats Frank Martin, I think that's a great add to his resume.
Okay.
I don't think anybody could say anything about that, other than the fact that Tank already knew his playing style, but so did Frank Martin. He knows how Tank fights. And after that, I wouldn't be mad at a potential Devin Haney fight at 140, maybe because I know he's not going back to 135.
Yeah.
Or maybe even Shakur Stevenson as well. That's a pretty good test for both Shakur and Tank. But knowing Tank, I think maybe he might even go for a Isaac Cruz rematch. But Isaac Cruz is at 140.
Okay. So
maybe,
he'd have to cut down again, or Tank go up.
I think Tank could go up. He'd go up to 140 to fight.
It's only 6 fights
to fight Isaac, but I don't think maybe he'll take it. I think Isaac has grown as a fighter a lot since fighting Tank. I think he learned a lot from him.
Fuck his ass up.
Real, but I still believe in Tank. I think Tank. I still believe in him, but it does make me sad that he's not fighting any of the top guys.
Yeah.
But I've always believed him in, since he was a prospect or what you call it. I think people don't give him enough credit in terms of his skill.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
I just wish he would fight more better people.
Yeah.
Frank Martin is a great ad, though.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I think that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah. He needs to step up his game if he's not fighting big dogs, that are gonna make him this like Canelo Mayweather, how they fought guys who elevated their game,
Absolutely.
their So hopefully he does. He's 30 now, like you said. He's got a couple of years left in him. That's really to really fight, but.
Yeah, man, I wish. He's so fun to watch, too.
Yeah.
He is so fun to watch. I cannot
Tank, bro.
I know. Tank. What a name. A name like that.
Tank, bro. You don't want to get hit by him.
No, you don't. Yeah. We got some other stuff, too,
Right now, NBA is getting hot. Playoffs. I know you don't want to talk about that or know much about that, but right now we have the playoffs coming in. Boston against the Cavaliers.
Dude, I hate those teams.
I hate them, too. But Boston's been favorites, right? Minus 600s. They took an L yesterday at home to the Cavs, which is awesome. Now they're 1-1. Series is tied. I don't know who's coming out of this one. The Celtics are so favorites. The Celtics are supposed to go to the final. Again, they say that every year. Mm-hmm. But the Cavs are looking good. They're looking pretty good. They're looking competitive. I'm excited to see who comes out of this. What's throwing me off right now, though, Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's probably the best series going into this last couple rounds. Right? No. Timberwolves took down the Nuggets twice in a row at home, dude. That is crazy. They were minus 200, and both times they both lost, or they lost both games. What does this tell you about the Denver team? They gotta wake the fuck up. How stupid.
They gotta wait.
You know, they have to wake up, dude. They're the defending champions, and they're looking like rookies.
Wow.
They're playing this young team with Anthony Edwards right now, and we've seen his name all over social media, but his name's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, they're saying he's like Michael Jordan at his time. You know, he's super good. He's like, don't compare me to Michael Jordan. He's the GOAT. You know, he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
You know, but he's a dog, dude. Anthony Edwards, dog. They got Karl Anthony Towns and then Rudy. 2 big centers taking down Jokic. You know, there's no answer for him. There's no answer for Jokic. He doesn't know what to do. Is what it looks like. So yeah, and then we got Dallas Mavericks against the Thunder. That's another great matchup. Mavericks took the second game, which is kind of crazy because they got blown the first game, right? So they're 1-1, and then we got the Knicks and the Pacers with the Knicks up 2 again.
Damn, what the fuck? How many teams are?
There's 4 left on each side.
Okay.
2 and 2. Yeah, so there's 4 left. But yeah, it's heating up. It's getting crazy. We'll talk about it more once I get to the 2 championships on each side, where we can be more in depth. But it's been crazy, bro. Basketball has been crazy.
That's good, at least.
Yeah,
that's good.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a like, subscribe, or comment. We'll do more of these kind of hot takes every once in a while just to see whatever's trending right now in sports. We'll see you guys next week.
Bear down.
Bear down.